Hello, I greet you all, and I'm so happy to make a presentation at this moment. I want to talk to you briefly on the topic why we train experts in book writing. I know that out there are many people who are interested in writing. Many have called me, many have indicated their interest. I will tell you something about our journey and why we train leaders or experts in professional book writing. We started training writers in 2010. Uh, since then, we have trained hundreds of book writers in Nigeria and internationally. And we have discovered so many things in the process. I am even working on a book that I believe is going to serve as a solution to the problem of poor writing in Nigeria and beyond. We discovered something that many people who uh, want to write are eager to write, but not all of them are ready. Some people want to write books simply because they want to launch the books. They are not really concerned about quality. They are not concerned about excellence. So they learn how to write because they want to launch their books. And some people want to write because if they don't write as scholars, they perish. Some write because they are looking for academic promotion. Some write because their organizations want them to write for the organizations. And some write because they have discovered problems and they feel that their books will serve as solutions to several problems. And there are different reasons. And after this number of years of listening to writers, training them, I discovered that probably not everybody should be trained in professional book writing, except those who are committed to excellence, those who are committed to continuity. And recently, through a contest, I was able to serve as an international judge, and I got to understand a bigger picture of why African writers are behind. And last year, we started something beyond just the seminar, beyond the workshop, few days seminar, few days workshop, to a 1 month coaching program. The first set attended last year, and I can tell you that I am so happy to be their consultant and coach because all of them are working on their projects and all of them are committed, to excellence. I'm so happy with what they are doing. Through that process, I hope excellent books will come out of Africa. And the second set, they had their second contact a few days ago. We concluded the second contact. We are resuming for the third contact. Why experts? We are focusing on experts because in book writing, there is something that we call writing justification. What that means is if you want to write a successful book, you must ask yourself this question: what qualifies me to write a book about this topic or about this subject? You have to find an answer to this question. If you don't have the right answer to this question of writing justification, even if you write a book, I can assure you that your book will not have the legacy, will not have the content, the strength, the content strength that you need to have. Professor Hopkins says something that these days many people are writing because they want to say something, and not all are writing because they have something to say. Many writers are writing because they want to say something, but a few are writing because they have something to say. We believe that experts have things to say. First of all, let me give you my own definition of an expert. I believe that everyone is an expert in something. If you are not an expert in the academic field, maybe you don't have a PhD or you don't have a master, you are not an expert academically, You are an expert in your story. Your story is unique. Your story is you are the only one who can serve as an expert in telling your story. If you are not an expert in telling your story, you are an expert in a particular field, a talent, maybe a talent that you have. Maybe you have been singing for many years. I consider you an expert. If you are not an expert in that area, you may be an expert in a family. For instance, let's assume my own children are experts in my domestic leadership values. You know, they can write books about that. If you don't have that family expertise, you are probably an expert in traveling. Maybe you have traveled to different places and you have knowledge, you have exposure, you have experience. You are an expert. You are an expert. Um, you are also an expert in gender. You can write a book simply because you are a woman. You can write a book for women simply because you are a woman. You can write a book um, for men simply because you are a man. You are qualified by gender. However, many people do not know their areas of expertise. So we believe that if we train experts in professional book writing, they will be able to produce great books, excellent books, because they have things to say. Another example is let's assume two women. Let's assume two women have written two books on barrenness. One of them, she has struggled with barrenness for 20 years, and the other one only got married last year. And which of the women's books will get your attention easily? The one that got married last year and she wrote on barrenness, or the one that has experienced barrenness for 20 years and now she has written a book, on barrenness? For me, I will go for the one that has experienced it for 20 years because she's an expert, qualified by experience to write a book. So the next training, 1 month training, is going to be, we're starting it on the 3rd of July and this year. And we hope to have only 15 students on board. Our approach is not just to lecture you, because book writing is like cooking. It must be practical. We have what we call CMT approach. We challenge you, we motivate you, and we train. We have 2 weeks for training, 2 contacts for discussion, conversations, lecturing, teaching on book writing, and then 2 contacts on practical implementation. You will receive consultancy, you will receive training, and then you will receive advice, which means I will personally serve as your project consultant throughout the period of the training. We only need 15 people for now. Anything can change, but we only want 15 people. So if you consider yourself an expert, please, I'm going to leave after this presentation. You see an email where you are going to contact us, and then you send us your brief profile. Why do we need your profile? We need your profile so that we will know you. Let me give you an example. I have trained a reverend, a pastor, I think twice or 3 times in our workshops and seminars. But when he attended the 1 month program, I asked him to send um, his profile. He sent his profile. I didn't know that he had justification in other areas. I thought he had only uh, um, in theology. But when I saw his profile, I discovered that the guy has justification in other fields. And I was able to, we help him to package his justification. So your profile will help us to know you so that we can help you better. If we don't know you, how can we help you better? So your profile will give us an idea of who you are, will give us an idea of your area of justification, will give us an idea of your area of strength, so that when you enroll, we already know you and we already feel, we think of how we can be of help. So that is why we need your profile. Please, I want to conclude this in this way. If you are not committed to excellence, this program is not for you. If you are not committed to legacy writing, this project is not for you. The time has come for us Africans to change the way we approach projects. Even if it will take you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years to work on a book, please do it. Do it. I want you to do it, because if you don't do it and then you release a poorly written book, you are cheating the readers. That is what people call economic injustice. When you write a book, ensure that you give the book your best. I think about 2 years ago or more, a scholar gave me his manuscript. And when I read through, I serve as his consultant. When I read through, I discovered that no, the manuscript was not ready for release. And I delayed the project in one way or the other to allow the manuscript to cook. After a long journey, the printer told me that the book will be ready probably today or tomorrow. He waited patiently, and by the grace of God, I think he's going to get the best. So if we only want to train writers who are committed to excellence, we only want to train writers who are thematic writers, writers who are writing from their areas of expertise. We only want to train writers who are patient, who are ready to allow their content to cook, to mature, who are ready to go through the right editorial process. So if you are in a hurry, this training is not for you. If you are the type that you don't desire quality, you are not committed to quality, this training is not for you. We want to train writers who can write original books of international standard, books that can be sold outside Nigeria, outside Africa, books that can be used in schools outside Nigeria, outside Africa. We are reading books written by other people from other places who are passionate about quality, who are passionate about excellence. We too can do it. That's why this training is very important for you. If you think you are an expert and you have something to say, not just saying things, if you are a pastor, if you are a scholar, if you are a business person, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a youth minister, if you are a mother and you feel that God has given you expertise in content creation for children, if you are a father and you feel that you have expertise in content creation for children and youth, if you are a leader and you have passed through leadership, experiences, and now you feel you have expertise, in leadership, then this training is for you. It's starting on the 3rd of July this year. So once again, my name is Pusnam Yiri. I am an author, a book writing trainer, and a consultant. Our desire is to help you turn your expertise into an original problem-solving book of international standard. It can be done, and we will do it by the grace of God. Quality, 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 excellence.